Whoa, 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 it's the illusion. Whoa, lizard's up too. What's up, Moosh? What's happening, Hansa? Lee? Took me a minute to find my coffee cup. It was outside. Well, it's a Saturday morning here in sunny Southern California. There's no wind, no clouds, and it looks like a beautiful sunny day. SW, what's happening? Nick's heart. No, we haven't done coffee in a while. I haven't been haven't been keeping that kind of schedule lately. Do work chopper, but we're trying to regroup on that whole vibe. Like I said, I got kind of inspired by the Rocket Man last night. CJ, it's too early in the morning for that nonsense. Way too early in the morning, man. No, the Rocket Man, Mad Mike out there in the desert. Go watch the documentary, Mad Mike, about Mad Mike. The American dream still alive and kicking, dude. And then I was listening to, well, it's too early in the morning for that one, CJ. We'll get to that one of these days. Maybe. My kitty's kicking it, dude, up there in Montecito. We're bringing them home, though. We're bringing them home. We're looking for a house today. Today is a house hunting day. What's up, Jason? How you doing, my friend? We're house hunting today, trying to get our new scene locked in for 2020. Yeah, Mike is a gnarly cat. Survived the fire. Just chilling up in Montecito, hanging out, looking for a couple good pets. No, we're not going to be on the beach. The beach is useless around here. I realized like I need to be in like more of. I'm going to hide out in suburbia for a little bit, blend, crank up some real revolutionary thoughts, if you know what I mean. Well, that was an interesting reveal. If it comes down to it, Owl does not want a dog if it's going to bum Mike out, dude. I thought that was pretty rad, man. I thought that it was pretty rad that as much as Owl wants a dog, he doesn't want anything to bother Mike Kitty. I was like, that's a pretty that kind of thinking you can't teach a young man, a young human being, man. That's some deep understanding of something much more deep. You know, it's funny. So one of Owl's friends and dude, I don't care. This isn't about what you think about this. This is more about Owl being a stand-up human being. Was so Owl's got this buddy at school who wears a dress, right? So a boy wears a dress, whatever, cool kid. It's one of Owl's little best friends, right? What's up, blah, blah, blah. And I haven't been here much either, too, blah, blah, blah. Selling Toyotas, those are quality vehicles. So Owl's little buddy wears a dress, whatever. And I was asking about it. I was like, so Owl, like, why does your buddy wear a dress? And he's like, because he likes to. No attachment to it. No weird, just because he likes to. And I was talking to him about it. And Al got like fully like, that's my bro. Like, he likes to wear a dress. No big deal. And then he's like, so I asked him, not I gotta say the kid's name, but he's like, I said, so hey, your friend, he's like, when he wears the dress, his name is this. He has a different name when he wears the dress. But my point that I'm getting is like, I think it's a little whatever. It's none of my business. But I like the fact that Owl is steadfast enough in his own identity as a human being that he instantly went to the plate for his friend and was like, that's my friend and that's what he's about. And that's just the way it is, dude. And I was like, that's the kind of human being I am. And it's so weird, with this weird society we're living about tolerance, intolerance, inclusion, all this weird stuff. When I think that the tolerance is our problem, because I think that we allow people to tolerate intolerance. And what I mean by that is, if you truly are a libertarian or a Christian or any of these kind of conservative people, you don't, judging other people's not your game. Like, I don't really walk around and be like, oh, that person shouldn't be doing that. But I will not tolerate anyone telling me what I need to do or indoctrinate. Like, if there was any sort of indoctrination, because I asked Al about it pretty heavily. I was like, there's no one telling you about you need to do it. And he's like, no one's ever said, you know what I mean? And even bringing up that subject matter is a little weird for me. Like, I just brushed by it just to get a flavor of what was going on. And I was like, all right, there's no programming going on. It's just his buddies just that way. Kid's totally like normal. I mean, whatever. I'm saying it's just 2019. It's for real. Like, all this, I don't know where you live or what you going on, but yeah. There is a 5-year-old child wearing a dress. You know what I mean? But I judge not lest ye be judged. And it's interesting. I think it's just very interesting. It's pretty, I like watching how the children interact with each other. Nah, I'm not down with that kind of stuff, that weird, creepy Desmond stuff. Nah, that's way different than what's going on, man. It's interesting. I've met the parents. The parents seem fairly normal. And I don't think, see, what I think of, all right, this is what I mean about the intolerance of the tolerance preaching nowadays or whatever. Or I don't think that most people, like, there's always been people that haven't been set in their body's identity throughout history. I mean, they used to be called shamans in the original people's culture. I don't really have a weird, I get it, man. This spacesuit I'm rolling around in with, like, I don't roll with the labels of it. Like, yeah, I'm a dude. Like, I don't have any like qualms about that. Do I roll with like I'm some white guy? Not so much. Am I in touch with my feminine energy? Absolutely. Like, I remember when I learned to be able to say I love you to a man and not have to say that's not homo or whatever. People, how people say like I love you, but it's not gay. Like, that to me is creepier. Like that, I mean, and that to me is indoctrination by society, right? Like, that you can't just freely say, like, I love you to anyone on the planet, and it has to have some sort of like sexual connotation to it. Like, you know, I don't get all caught up in that weird stuff, because I know how like maddening my own physical form is. Like, all right, like I struggle with this on the thing. What's going on, Gary D? Thank you. And I struggle with this. I can't get my hand to create the art I envision in my brain. Right? You could, that's, to me, that's no different than someone waking up and being like, nah, I'm a female caught in a male's form. I can't get my arm to make the art I envision in my head. It's that simple to me. Do I want to transplant my arm? No. That's where it's gone cuckoo to me. Is there's a certain acceptance to the plight of your spacesuit. If I really want to get crazy and alter my spacesuit, I think I've delved into the attachment to the 3D five senses. You know what I mean? What's going on, zombie apocalypse? Oh, dude, yeah, Fat Dookie 420. I like, see, this is where I'm at. Dude, I love you. I don't always agree with you, but I get where you're coming from for most of the time. And I get the art thing. Yeah, like the point is we're not supposed to always be agreeing. That's why I like Fat Dookie right there. Like, if we're definitely not supposed to be agreeing, and I'm definitely not talking about this subject matter because I'm like, we all must agree. That's what I mean about this tolerance thing. Intolerance is an important aspect of being human. You're not supposed to tolerate stuff. You're supposed to have a different opinion, a different view on life. You're supposed to have your own, like, dude, I can't deal with that nonsense, dude. Because some of it's, dude, I know some of what I am is nonsense, dude. I was, I'll go off on the deep end about all sorts of stupid stuff. And sometimes inside that stupid stuff, there's full sense being made. We all see people and jump to conclusions. Yeah, it's pretty interesting, man. I'll tell you what, like what I think's going on here, I don't even, why we're even on this subject at 8:00 in the morning, I don't know, but it's just how it's organically happening, is I personally think the people that are caught in I don't even want to use their words anymore. The people that are in the wrong spacesuits are being hijacked by the pedophiles. I think that's really what's going on. Is because I know a bunch of people. I know at least 8 people over the course of the last 10 years that I've had like a good human bonding with, or whatever you want to call it, that have been going on the journey to make their body into a different body. And I've met women turning themselves into men and men turning themselves into women. I don't have an issue with it, but every single one of those people across the board has been abused as a child. So that's a big, interesting thing. And what I'm getting at is those people are on a different journey than the clowns trying to read books to kids in the libraries. Like, your average person doesn't want to, that's going through a transgender reality, doesn't want to have anything to do with children. I guess that's my thing. Like, just keep it away from the children, dude. Oh, the humanity. Why am I even, this is not real. I'm really thinking about trying to rent a house today. But that's my thoughts on impeachment too, by the way. You have to save the kids, man. It's all about the children. Look, man, The children do not need to be. It's funny. Like, so we've gotten, speaking of children, so we've gotten to the phase with of Owl where we're talking about this, where the sun rises and the sun sets and the moon rises. And he was talking, he was the other day, he's like, we're spinning on a planet. And I'm like, it's funny because I'm like, yeah. I debate, do you do it? Like, I don't even get into it, but it's very interesting of like the indoctrination of it. Like, yo, you spin on a planet, man. I don't know if I definitely have questions about it. We possibly could, we might not, I don't know, but it's very interesting that like part of my trip is I'm not gonna inject ideas I don't know about, and yet the status quo makes me feel uncomfortable too. You know what I mean? Like it's weird because I'm like, I'm not gonna go on some like think some like because I don't know enough anymore. It's weird. Like I just talked to him about like we see the sun coming up on the west. And then he was asking me about it. And I was like, well, we're on a planet and it spins. And then the more and more I was explaining, because I studied a lot of astronomy and stuff in college. And I was sort of an amateur astronomer for a while in my life. And I was explaining to him the motion of the earth and the moon and the whole thing. And the more I was explaining it, the more it sounded like hocus pocus, dude. I was explaining it and I'm listening to myself explaining it. And I'm like, that sounds pretty like fictional, if you know what I mean. Like I'm down with it because it seems like a good model. But on another level, I'm like, sounds pretty fantastic too. Like, but without the God component, it really sounds super hokey, if you know what I mean. It's tricky, dude. It's tricky being a person who's not attached to the status quo anymore and having a small human being that you're educating and yet trying not to insert indoctrination, but also like false. What I guess I'm getting at is like I could sit there and be like try to insert some alternative based thing on it, and yet that's not what I'm about either. I'm definitely not about like, dude, you need to not trust the planet you're on. Like I can't just sit there and be like, dude, you live in a matrix, man. Like it's not real, dude. This is all not real. Like that's not going to help him at all. So we definitely talk about the model that has been presented to me as a human being, that I have gone to school and studied and all that stuff. But I don't think that's any different than some young human being like, man, I don't feel like a dude. I don't know why. I'm a kid. I feel like wearing a dress. I don't know. It's as long as that's what I mean is as I've realized how much I could convince Owl, my son, that the earth is flat. I could really just sit there and convince him the earth is flat and forever skew his brain and make it just scrambled for the rest of life. So I guess that's what I'm getting at. Like you could totally convince your child of anything. Like it's weird. He loves dinosaurs, but I don't push the dinosaur agenda. I'm pretty skeptical about that whole thing, but I like roll with it. It's just weird. Like if anything, I want him to be able to think for himself and to ask he asks the right questions. He really does. The tricky part is me giving him coherent answers that aren't based upon my own hocus pocus. Because I don't know anymore. That's what's trippy, dude. And I think that I really realized how much I don't know when I used to sit and do the homework with the minigram in junior high and stuff, right? I would read what they were teaching her and I would be like, especially about history, dude. You think history is subjective, dude? The new history they're teaching the children in schools versus the history I learned, it's night and day, dude. You know what I mean? So if they can change the history that they're teaching the children that much in a generation and a half, think about how much they could change history in the course of like 100 years. Like, do people think about that? Like, I know some people struggle with the whole weird thing of like the Tartaria and the buildings and the World's Fair and the whole thing. Just think about how much they've altered the history they taught us. I went to junior high and the elementary school and all that stuff in the 80s, right? Think about how you wouldn't know unless you have a child in the education system now, but think about how much they've changed the historical narrative in 30 years, 40 years. And then begin to go, well, how what we're going to take anything these people say on base value, dude? I don't know. I love the periodic table. I think the periodic table is one of the raddest things ever made. If that tells you like the struggles I have as a human being, like I'm a periodic table kind of guy. Love the periodic table. I think the periodic table is just magic. And there you go, dude. It is magic, isn't it? It's just some sort of spell cast. But what I'm getting at is at the yeah, I had a cool history teacher too, man. I had a history teacher that always asked me to like ask questions. Each question has a question. I think it's very interesting, man. I don't know. They made us go to Schindler's List in school. That's funny. That was funny. The minigram just watched Schindler's List the other day. It didn't really affect her. It's weird. Could have been. You know that like that whole Holocaust narrative is like to the new generation sort of mythical. I realize that. Like, so the minigram, she was born in 2005, right? Full, like that she's her generation. They'll be lucky to talk to anyone who was part of that time and be intellectually enough to ask the right questions. They'll all be dead by then, dude. Like all those people from that era are almost gone. So I think you lose a certain connectivity to it. Give it another 20 years, dude. I don't even know if it'll be relevant. They sure don't talk about the kulaks. You know, the kulaks. Is it the kulaks? No one talks about what happened in the Ukraine. So the whole thing's subjective to, you don't hear a lot of talk about Pol Pot, Yeah, but the Anne Frank thing's somewhat sketchy too, dude. I think that might all be just myth and make believe as well. Yeah, yeah. You look into that weird thing with the Anne Frank's diary and the added chapters and the different handwritings and stuff. I don't know. I don't know, man. That's what I mean. I don't know. I keep telling you, like, in my lifetime, I've seen so many things that the powers that be were like, it's this way, and it all turned out to be lies, dude. Like, I was a kid when the Iran Contra affair was just like this stuff is nowadays, with Ollie North and the whole thing on TV at night, and everyone, no, that's not what's going on. And then, years later, 40 years later, it's like, yeah, of course, dude, the drugs for the Contra and the cocaine and the whole thing. Yeah, that's what they were doing. They were swearing on Bibles in front of the people like, no, that's not what's happening. We're not doing that. Just like Bill Clinton, I wasn't banging that chick in the White House. I swear to you, dude, I wasn't doing that. Oh, yeah, I was doing that. I'm sorry, dude. I didn't mean to do that. You look at that last liar we had in the White House, man. Thanks, David. I trip on that stuff. So I'm not buying their thing anymore. You look at the weirdness of all of it. You look at the weirdness of all of it, man, and you're like, meh. If you're not skeptical about anything they've taught you, I don't know if you're doing your job, dude. That's a lot, though. Like, it makes it all gobbledygook and really mushy. Yeah, yeah. You go into the Armenian thing; they won't even acknowledge that as genocide, dude. Yeah, but I mean, the Armenian ways, they don't even acknowledge the big ones, dude. I don't even acknowledge any of that stuff. It's like, yeah, whatever, dude. Just 80 million here, 5 million there. They make that Hitler guy to be some like sort of like mass killer. Dude. That guy's nothing compared to the Chinese guy, Mao. Mao really did some damage, dude. He gets a full. Hitler was like number 6. Hitler was mellow compared to Pol Pot. That's what's crazy. Going to enjoy this day with my son. Good work, big dummy. Yeah, that's what I'm going to go do today too. You can get all caught up in this stuff, man. I heard this dude the other day. It was like, well, who cares, dude? Just go enjoy your children, dude. Stop being all tense. All right, dude. Yo, all caps guy, dude, with your Clockwork Elves, dude. You can go take that stuff to Joe Rogan, dude. Joe Rogan likes your little like Clockwork Elves. Oh, look. Stupid. Clockwork Elves. That's a psyop, by the way, dude. Just dancing with demons, dude. Talk about the Clockwork Elves, dude. Joe Rogan said it to go, dude. Smoking some DMT, dude. Checkerboards. And you know what all that stuff is like for fantastical people? Like, Like that this reality's not crazy enough, dude. There's not enough things to scratch your head about and be like, what? That is so trippy, dude. Well, that's what you got to do with your channel, Fat Dookie. Expose it. Tell him to get some coffee. Yeah, dude. Look, the walls are melting right now in my reality, dude. I don't need a bunch of little funny elves, dude. I can see between the cracks of like this existence all day long, dude. The world already has too much stress and craziness. I think it's actually too much apathy, but the stress and craziness is due to apathy. I'm pretty convinced, dude. Just a lot of people just sitting on their hands. Not very many people have apathy. Maybe. I don't know. I like this, man. What's got 9 arms and sucks? Def Leppard. Dude, Pyromaniac. That's a good song. I'm gonna crank Pyromaniac today just for fun, dude. I remember when Pyromaniac came out. I was like, that took the world by storm, dude. I got it in my head. I can almost hear it right now. I just can't quite get there. You know, actually, you could say a lot about whether Def Leppard was lame or whatever, but you know how that dude's bandmates like rallied behind that dude when he lost his arms? Pretty inspirational. Like, you may not be into Def Leppard's music, but their actions as a band with their wounded bandmate is an inspirational story. Just saying, dude. Like, that's the thing is like people just throw out the baby with the bathwater, dude. Maybe Def Leppard's whole real mission was to like explain, like, if you don't know, go look. There's your clue, dude. Yeah, a dude lost his arm in some accident. I think he was hammered, maybe. And they rallied, dude. They kept the band together. They kept him in the band, waiting for him to get his like skills back on. One arm drummer, dude. It could have just been like, well, like that happened when they were big. They could have been like, oh, we're just gonna get another drummer, dude. You're out, dude. You've lost your arm. You're out. They like rallied with them, dude. Like that's what a band's supposed to do, dude. Pour some sugar on me. We want to talk about accepting the world say, but crap on a band for losing his. I don't know who's crapping on. No one's crapping on the Def Leppard, but we're actually not. I'm confused. Anyway, look, the music of the 80s sucked, bro. Let's be pretty clear. Like it's sort of novelty now, dude, where you could be like, all right, like, come on, man. Oh, LOL, not us. I got you, GZ Franco. Yeah, it's one of those things, man. I don't have any dislike for Def Leppard. I'm not gonna run out and download their song, but if I heard Pyromaniac right now, I wouldn't turn it off. Like if someone pulled up in the driveway cranking Def Leppard right now, I'd be like, all right, I could roll with it. I think the 80s is just the 80s, dude. Excess. The music was very in excess. Come on, you had David Lee Roth jumping around in tights. I don't know. I like me some Depeche Mode every now and then, dude. People are people, so why should it be that you and I should get along so awfully? It's obvious you hate me, though we've done nothing wrong. Morrissey all day long, dude. Are you kidding me, dude? The Smiths? Come on. All of it. I was also bad. It was also good. You did have to be there. Come on. I sleep with my sunglasses at night. They come on, had dumb songs like that, dude. Michael Jackson in his heyday, dude. Forget about it. I think in the 80s you could still see Led Zeppelin, dude, right? Hungry Like a Wolf, some Duran Duran, dude. I don't know. I thought the 90s were pretty rad. I think the 90s was the last great decade, man. The 90s were pretty on fire. You used to be able to go to record stores, man. Record stores were rad, dude. I used to remember going to Tower Records on Sunset all the time, dude. Thank you, GZ Franco. Appreciate the love, man. No, Zepp, I think you could still see. I think the last Zeppelin tour was in '83. Let me check that out. Last Zeppelin tour. Here, wait. Led Zeppelin's final concert with John Bonham right here. I don't know. Summer of 1980. The last live Led Zeppelin show was July 1980 in Berlin, Germany with John Bonham. There you go. There you go. That's according to the Google. So I don't know. So technically that makes it an 80s event. So in the 80s, what's up, Samuel from Dallas, Texas? Granddaddy, dude. I ate all these chocolate mushrooms in Charlotte, North Carolina with Granddaddy, and fully was standing on my head in this bathroom, dude. That's what I remember about Granddaddy, dude. Dude, my buddy used to get these like chocolate teddy bear mushroom things, dude. And I ate too many of them. And we were listening to Granddaddy, and I like lost my mind. And I literally like, and I would just fully like wedged myself behind the toilet in the corner of the wall, like upside down to like hide. I'm pretty sure that was with Granddaddy, dude. Ah, geez, I ate too many of those things, man. I think it was Granddaddy. Uh-oh. Hectic, yeah. I can get hectic. I didn't care. I don't really care, man. That's the thing. Like, when you truly are like free, you're not that worried about it. I gotta get all jammed. I get unfree every now and then. Talking to the walls. Now I remember distinctly I was in the parallel universe or the inverted universe. I was upside down with the clockwork elves, okay? I was there. Dude, microdosing's stupid, dude. You want to microdose? Just fully stop doing drugs and get real, dude. And then you're just microdosing all day long, dude. It's a scam. By the way, it's a scam to take you out of this reality, dude. You don't need to be like it's really just try to tune into this wacky freaking reality, dude, and roll with it, man. You need a microdose. You need a metadose, dude. You need a full metadose on this whole thing and be like, what? The little microdose go inside of it. I want to see it from a billion miles above, dude. I don't want to climb in it anymore. $100 million fit. Right on. Stop yelling at me, dude. No caps, dude. Stop screaming and yelling, dude. Yeah, you want to get on the ultimate like high, dude, like to really just scramble your reality. Just get stone cold sober and deal with life on life's terms, dude. Watch it happen, dude. You guys have been watching it on this YouTube channel for almost 10 years, dude. Talk about like just life tripping out, man. What's up with the skate park? I think they're going to get the RFP, dude. On the 12th. City council meeting on the 12th to get the RFP, which means they go buy all the ramps and pave the parking lot. There should be ramps and stuff up on by May. And then after that, I think we start working on the permanent park. You know? Coffee's definitely a drug, Vince. I'm 100% in agreement with you there, dude. Everything's a drug. I'll tell you what, and I've said it before, the gnarliest drug you'll ever put in your body is processed sugar, man. That stuff's crazy, and we don't even know it, dude, because it's just so in everything. Yeah, it's parks in progress, Marie. DMT thrashes all concepts of reality. Real worth it. You're on timeout, dude. We don't talk about Joe Rogan's little propaganda here. What does sugar do, dude? Bad for you, man. The elves created everything, bro. I'm pretty sure God did, but whatever, man. You can go into the demonic dark hole. For sure. Go get with the demons, dude. Just go dance around with the demons. Dance with the demons, bro. Go get with the demons, man, and dance with them. Dude, God, get your DMT on. Ah, dude, it's so enlightening. I'm enlightened, bro. Dude, the elves wrote our language. All right, you're on timeout too, dude. Sugar versus cocaine. There we go. Lily bringing the link right there. Lily knows. How much candy did Al get a hold of on Halloween? None. He had his we gave him an organic lollipop. I think he had some ice cream too. We don't do the candy, man. If anything, he likes his little mints. I do roll with give him his mints. His little Altoid mints. He likes his little mints. Every now and then. Yeah, but the sugar-free candy, if it's got the aspartame in it, is just as sketchy, dude. I don't know, dude. Teach his own, right, Pippi? You're pretty on it, so I trust your judgment, Pippi. Yeah, I don't know, man. That whole weird thing is the dragon mask was pretty good. I wore your bug mask. See that? Aspartame's super bad. Aspartame's in everything, man. Ah, come on. You should see what this dude's trying to do with this little teeny chainsaw out here. You're on an ill-fated mission. I have to go now, dude. I'm looking at what this dude's doing with the chainsaw. I'm like, oh, the humans, dude. This guy's going to be trying to cut this stump in half with this chainsaw. It's impossible what he's up to. It's like he got into the sitting position, dude. All right, here, wait. Let's see. You got to see this. Look at the little bar on that chainsaw. Do you see how big that stump is? That dude's literally trying to like cut through that thing with a butter knife. I'm super annoyed. How long's that gonna go on, dude? God, it's so noisy around here, man. I gotta say, I'm just so over the noise. It's a buzzkill, man. I gotta say, like that to me is all the stuff. Do I want to listen to a chainsaw at 8:50 in the morning outside my window? Heck no, dude. It's one of my main reasons I had to get out of here is the noise is insane. Dude, I want to urge any. It's funny. Right when that chainsaw hit, I got the full text from the hologram like, Al's got an earache. like Al's got an earache. Dude, at this rate, the guy's going to be cutting on that thing for the next hour, dude. We might make the house hunting video. It's weird. We'll definitely make the house moving in video. Once we know what's going on, we'll dial in the thing. Hologram's ready to get, we're getting ready to get her back on the channel here. The big interview. The big interview. You can ask your questions. Be respectful. Let's see. What do we got going on? All right. It looks like I got to jump into reality here. Thanks, Alfie. All right, we're gonna wrap this thing up here with the sound of chainsaws in the background, small child with earache, and a day of house hunting ahead. So I'm gonna head out. Good fat dookie, go get it, and I'm gonna put my mountain bike in the back of my car. Hopefully, get on the trail at some point. I woke up super grumpy and had an angry workout. Then walked out the door. This lady held the door for me and looked me in the eyes and smiled and told, "That's it." Fruity Trucker, there you go. Fruity Trucker just told us what to do. Just smile into someone's eyes, dude. Just give someone a smile today. We're doing well, GZ. Peace, brother. All right, everyone. Have a beautiful day. Use the name tags. Give someone a smile if you can. And today's what we got, so let's use it to the fullest. All right, everybody. Out into the world. Let's do this. Yeah!